The screech of metal against concrete tore through the quiet morning, a sound so sharp it yanked me from my desk, my coffee mug hitting the floor in a ceramic explosion. I rushed to the window, heart racing, and saw it. A crew in orange vests wrenching the stop sign from its post at the corner of Elm and Cedar. Directing them, clipboard in hand, stood Eleanor Van Snow to the neighborhood as Queen Ellie, her silver hair gleaming as she barked orders with regal authority. That stop sign, the red guardian of the intersection where kids crossed to the park, was halfway out of the ground, and Ellie was orchestrating its demise. I didn't think. I grabbed my phone, dialed 911, and charged outside. This wasn't just a neighborhood spat. This was a line in the sand. I'm Noah Harper, and I never picture myself battling the Homeowners Association president over a traffic sign. I'd moved to Willow Grove a year ago, drawn by its quiet streets and promises of community. It was the kind of place where kids biked until dark and neighbors swapped garden tips. But Willow Grove had a shadow. Eleanor Vance, HOA president for 8 years, whose obsession with perfection ruled the neighborhood like a velvet-gloved fist. Her latest target? The stop sign at Elm and Cedar, which she called a VY Sewell blight. To Ellie, beauty trumped safety every time. It started a month earlier at an HOA meeting I dragged myself to. I wasn't big on meetings. Me evenings were for tinkering with my motorcycle or swimming laps at the community pool. But they were discussing pool hours, and I wanted them extended. The community center hummed with tension, the air thick with stale coffee and whispers. Ellie stood at the podium, her tailored blazer crisp, her green eyes scanning the room like a predator. She ticked through the agenda mailbox regulations, lawn standards, then dropped her bombshell. Finally, she said, her smile tight and cold, the stop sign at Elm and Cedar. It's garish and disrupts our neighborhood's elegance. The board has voted to replace it with a tasteful yield sign in soft beige. Removal is set for next week. A murmur rippled through the room, but no one spoke. I felt a spark of anger. That intersection was where my neighbor's kid, 9-year-old Mia, crossed to the park. I raised my hand, but Ellie was already MOVYing on. "Excuse me," I called, standing. "You can't remove a stop sign. It's there for safety, not aesthetics." Ellie's head tilted, her smile sharpening. "Mr. Harper, correct?" Her voice was syrup laced with venom. "The board has decided. The yield sign will suffice and align with our VY Shown for Willow Grove. Perhaps if you attended more meetings, you'd understand." "Vision," I said, my voice rising. "That's a busy four-way stop. Kids cross there. Cars speed through. A yield sign won't cut it. And I'm pretty sure the HOA can't touch city property." A few neighbors nodded, but Ellie wasn't rattled. "I've run this HOA for 8 years, Mr. Harper. I know it's best. The city will see our perspective." She adjusted her glasses, signaling the topic was closed, and ended the meeting. I wasn't letting it go. As the crowd dispersed, I approached her, keeping my tone even. "Eleanor, you can't remove that sign. It's dangerous and likely illegal. The city controls traffic signs." She gave me a condescending smile. "Are you a traffic engineer, Noah? A lawyer?" "No." "Then leave this to those who see the bigger picture." Her eyes flicked to my house. "That red mailbox of yours isn't on our approved list. Fix it before the next inspection." She turned and glided away, Leah VYing me steaming. That night, I emailed the city's traffic department, outlining Ellie's plan and urging them to intervene. I thought that would settle it. The city would step in, and the sign would stay. But Ellie didn't wait for permission. 3 days later, I was on a work call when that awful scrape of metal hit my ears. I looked out to see Ellie, in pristine slacks and gloves, overseeing the stop sign's removal. The workers, looking uneasy, were loosening the bolts, the sign tilting like a fallen soldier. I was out the door in seconds, 911 on the line. "Eleanor, what are you doing?" I shouted, crossing the lawn. "You can't take that sign down." She turned, her expression a mix of disdain and triumph. "Noah, always so theatrical. I've fast-tracked the project. The yield sign arrives tomorrow. This eyesore is gone." "This is illegal," I said, holding on my phone. "I'm talking to the police." That's city property. She laughed, sharp and dismissive. The police? For stop sign? I'm the HOA president. This is our community. No, it's not, I said as the 911 operator answered. This is a city traffic sign, and you're tampering with it. I gave the dispatcher the details, my voice steady despite my pounding heart. Ellie waved the workers on, and by the time I hung up, the sign was in their truck, its red face glaring. The police are coming, I told her, arms crossed. And the city knows. You're not dodging this. She rolled her eyes. So dramatic, Noah. The police will understand how this tacky sign hurts our property values. Curb appeal matters. I barked a laugh. So who does a lawsuit when someone gets hurt because you ditched a stop sign? Doubt flickered in her eyes, but she hid it with a smirk. No one stops fully anyway. Yield signs work fine. The police arrived minutes later, a cruiser pulling up with an officer who looked like he'd seen every kind of neighborhood drama. Ellie switched gears, her voice turning sweet. Officer, thank goodness, she cooed. This resident is harassing me while I'm improv-ing our community. The officer, Sergeant Carter, eyed the truck where the stop sign lay. Ma'am, did you order that sign removed? He asked, his tone flat. Yes, Ellie said, still smiling. We're replacing it with a yield sign that fits our aesthetic. The HOA has the right. Carter shook his head. No, you don't. Traffic signs are city property. Remo-VYing them is a crime tampering with traffic to VYCES and endangering the public. I need your ID, and that sign needs to go back up now. Ellie's smile faded, her hands fumbling for her ID, his wallet. A city maintenance truck arrived, and a man in a neon vest stepped out. Jim, the traffic super VY, sore-eyed, emailed. We got your message, he told me. This is a serious violation. That stop sign was installed after multiple accidents. It's here for a reason. Ellie's confidence cracked as the truth sank in. Carter handed her a citation. This is for tampering with traffic equipment, a Class 1 misdemeanor. You'll need to appear in court. Get that sign reinstalled. As workers put the sign back, neighbors gathered, whispering. Ellie's phone rang. Linda, HOA treasurer, but she silenced it, her hand shaking. She glared at me, hissing, This is your fault, Noah. You'll regret this. I didn't respond. The sign was back, and Ellie's grip was slipping. 2 weeks later, an emergency HOA meeting packed the community center. Linda, the treasurer, stood at the podium, her face grim. Ellie was absent. As you know, Linda said, Eleanor Vance appeared in court yesterday. She's been fined due law $5,000 and ordered to complete 200 hours of community CERE-VYC with the city's traffic safety program. She's also paying reinstallation costs. The room buzzed. Linda continued, The city is auditing our HOA's actions to ensure we've stayed legal. Eleanor's actions exposed us to lawsuits. The board has voted to remove her as president, effective immediately. The door opened, and Ellie walked in, freezing as she saw the crowd. Linda's voice was steady. Eleanor, we're informing the community of the board's decision. Ellie's face flushed, her eyes searching for allies and finding none. You can't do this, she choked out. I've given 8 years to this place. We appreciate that, Linda said coldly, but endangering residents and breaking the law crosses a line. Ellie's gaze locked on me, raw hatred in her eyes. $5,000, she spat. Community CERE-VYC for a stop sign. You did this, Noah. She stormed out, the door slamming behind her. The aftermath unfolded fast. The audit uncovered Ellie's overreaches fines for tri-VY, AL-VY violations, unapproved changes. The HOA faced fines, and a new president, a calm retiree named Sarah, took over, prioritizing safety. I kept my red mailbox, mostly out of defiance. Mia and the kids still crossed at Elm and Cedar, the stop sign standing tall. Ellie was later seen in a neon vest, directing traffic for her community CERE-VYC, her face a mask of resentment. I didn't wave as I drove by. The stop sign spoke for itself. If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this VY Deo with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next VY Deo.